welcome to my channel. So today I am here with a new concept of geometry. In today's video I am going to discuss about basic geometrical ideas that consist of point, line segment, ray and then types of lines. And in types of lines we will further discuss about intersecting lines, parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Okay, so before starting this video, I just want to tell you that I have already made few videos on the concept of geometry that are on 3D shapes and nets of 3D shapes. So you can click on I button and you can watch the videos related to geometry, or you can watch the video from the description box also. Link is given in the description box. So kindly subscribe to my channel and watch other videos also. Okay, so let's start today's video. Now first we will start from point. What is a point? Point is a small dot marked by a sharp pencil on a sheet of paper or a hole made by a fine needle on a paper. Okay, so these are some features of point. A point has no length, no breadth or no thickness. It is just a dot that is marked by any sharp pencil or by the tip of the pen on a paper. Like I have a pencil in my hand and if I will put a dot here on this, now this is a point. Okay. Now if I will put another dot, this is also a point. So a point is just a dot on a paper. It has no shape, no size, and it is the smallest geometrical shape. So it is represented by a dot. Like you can see here I have made some dots. It is denoted or named by a single capital letter. So always remember, we will always name any point by capital letter. So never use small letters to denote a point. Such as you can see here are 3 dots. So to the first I name it as A, to the second I name it as P, and to the third I name it as X. So this is point A, this one is point P, and this third one is point X. Okay. So now we will move on to our next concept, that is line. So what is a line? A line has no endpoints. It can be extended to any length from both the sides. This means we can extend a line indefinitely from both the ends. So that's why a line has no fixed length. And the line has no fixed length, therefore we cannot measure a line. It cannot be measured. And which symbol we use to represent a line? We use the symbol, this symbol in which we put the arrows from both the ends. Like I have drawn the symbol here and we put the arrows from both the ends, and these arrows indicates that the line can be extended from both the ends. Okay. So this is an example of a line. So the name of the line is AB. And always on the top we will put the symbol. Okay, and this will tell us that AB is a line which can be extended indefinitely from both the ends. Okay, so now we will discuss about two types of lines, that are straight lines and curved lines. In the straight lines we further divided the lines in 3 types. Horizontal line, this one is an example of horizontal line. This one is vertical line and these are slanting lines. Now let's move on to the curved lines. So curved line, this is a curved line. Similarly, we can draw the line like this and put the symbols on both the ends. So this is also an example of curved line. Okay. Now we will start with another important concept, that is line segment. So what is a line segment? A part of line is known as line segment. For example, if I draw a line here this is a line and I put the arrows on both the ends. Now if I will take only a part of this line, one dot and another dot, and I name it as PQ. Now this PQ is a part of a line and this is known as line segment. Okay, so it has a fixed length which can be measured. We can easily measure the length of line segment, but we cannot measure a line. It has two endpoints. So there are two endpoints in a line segment. So I am drawing the line segment here and I am putting the dots on both the ends. Always remember to put the dots at both the ends of a line segment, and I am naming it as PQ. So it has two endpoints. There are two endpoints in a line segment, while in a line has no endpoints, but a line segment has two endpoints. Okay. For example, you can take the example of your room. You can easily measure the edges of the floor of your room and the roof of your room. If you have to measure the length and the breadth of your room, then you can easily measure it. Okay, so the edge of the floor, that is an example of line segment. Similarly, the edges of the top of the table. If you want to measure the length and the breadth of the top of your table, that can be easily measured by using a inch tape. Okay, so these are few examples of line segment. Here PQ is an example of line segment. You can see that this line segment is having dots at both the ends. It indicates that this line segment cannot be extended from any side. It has a fixed length which can be measured. So here PQ is an example of line segment. We can write it as PQ, and at the top we will put a bar. So always remember to put a bar at the top of any given line segment. That indicates that it has a fixed length and it cannot be extended from any end. Okay. So now let's move on to the another important concept, that is ray. Now what is a ray? A ray is a straight line which has a definite starting point. It has a definite starting point, or we can say initial point, but goes indefinitely in other direction. A ray has only one end point or initial point, means the point from which it starts. Okay, for example, you can see here sun rays. So sun rays, we all know that starts from sun. So that is known as initial point or the starting point, but we don't know the ending point of these sun rays. Means a ray has no fixed length. It has only one end point or one initial point, and we use the symbol this to denote a ray. This type of symbol we use to denote a ray. This means that it has one initial point from which it starts, and in the another direction it can be extended to any length. So examples are sunlight and torchlight. So as I have already told you about sun rays, sun from where the rays are starting, that is the initial point, and it has no ending point. Okay. Similarly with the torchlight, so we know that the rays are starting from here, from the torch. So that is known as its initial point, but it has also no end point. So a ray has one initial point or starting point, or we can say end point. It has only one end point, and in the another direction it can be extended indefinitely. Here you can see this is an example of a ray. Here to this side you can see there is not any arrow. This means it is the starting point or initial point. And at B you can see there is an arrow. This means to this, from this point we can extend it indefinitely to any length. So here AB is a ray with starting point A and going indefinitely in other direction B. So how we will name it? We will write the starting point first A, and then we will write the another point. Okay, and at the top we will put its symbol. So this is the symbol. This symbol indicates that A is the starting point and B is the point to which it can be extended indefinitely. Now come to the second example. It is just different from the above one. Here you can see that at A there is a arrow and at B there is not an arrow. So how we will name it? So first we will write its initial point, that is B here, and after that we will write the other point given to which it can be extended. Now we will put the symbol at the top. That will be like this. This arrow will be towards A and this indicates that this ray can be extended to any length from point A. Here BA, and here is also you can see the symbol is a ray with starting point B and going indefinitely in other direction A. While in the above one the name is AB and the arrow is towards B. This indicates that A is the starting point and B is the point to which this ray can be extended indefinitely. Okay, so I hope that the difference will be clear to you. Now, let's move on to the next slide. It is the comparison of line segment and ray. So, as we have already done these three, line segment and ray. So, a line has no endpoints. Okay, a line segment has two endpoints and a ray has only one endpoint, or we can say initial point, or it is also known as starting point. Now the second difference is a line does not have a definite length. It cannot be measured. Okay, so it does not have a definite length. A line segment has a definite length and it can be measured. A ray does not have a definite length. It cannot be measured because ray has only one starting point and to the another point it can be extended indefinitely. That's why a ray does not have a definite length. Here AB is an example of a line. You can see the arrows at both the ends, and how we will name it, how we will write it, AB, and we will put its symbol at the top. And always remember to put the arrows on both the ends. This is an example of line segment. So we can write it as PQ and at the top we will put a bar, and these two are examples of ray. So here we can name it as A, B, and here we will put its symbol, and to this its starting point is B, so we will write B first, then A, and after that we will put the symbol at the top. Okay. Now we will move on to the next slide. Now we will learn about types of lines. Okay. And in this video we will learn about these three types of lines. First is intersecting lines. So these are intersecting lines, the lines which intersect each other at a common point, that are known as intersecting lines. Second is parallel lines, and the third one is, these are parallel lines, and the third one is perpendicular lines. Now we will learn about these lines one by one. Okay, so let's start from the first type of lines, that are intersecting lines. So what are intersecting lines? When two or more lines cross each other at a common point, they are called intersecting lines. As you can see here, AB is a line and CD is a line, and these two lines are intersecting, are crossing each other at a point O. Okay, so I gave the name to this point O. So the common point where they meet is called the point of intersection. So here O is the point of intersection. All intersecting lines form angles at the point of intersection. जहां पर ये लाइंस एक दूसरे को क्रॉस करती हैं, वहां पर हमेशा एंगल्स फॉर्म होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, here 4 angles are getting formed. If I will name it angle 1 and angle 2, then these two are known as vertically opposite angles, which will be equal to each other. Similarly, this pair of angle 3 and angle 4 will also be equal to each other. Similarly, here various type of angles like straight angles are also getting formed. Angle 1 and angle 4. These two are forming straight angle. That is an angle of 180 degree. If we will add angle 1 and angle 4, then we will get an angle of 180 degree. Similarly, with angle 3 plus angle 2 will be equal to 180 degree. So, on angles, I will make a separate video and I will discuss all the topics related to angles in that video. Okay. So, in the above figures, AB and CD are intersecting lines and they are intersecting at point O. So, the examples can be crossroads and scissors. Crossroads, as you all know, when two straight roads, suppose the roads are going, and when they meet at a common point, then they are forming an example of intersecting lines. Okay, and the point where these roads are meeting are crossing each other, that is known as point of intersection. Similarly, a scissors has two arms which intersect each other at a common point. Hence, we can say that the arms of the scissors also forms an example of intersecting lines. So, I hope that now the concept of intersecting lines will be clear to you. So, let's move on to the next concept, that is parallel lines. So, what are parallel lines? Parallel lines are those lines which never intersect with each other when extended to any length on both the sides. Means the line which never intersect with each other, whether we extend the line indefinitely from both the ends. Okay, so what will be the examples of parallel lines? Let's see. The opposite edges of the top of a rectangular table. Here you can see the picture of a rectangular table. So the opposite edges will be this one and this one. And these are also opposite edges. If I will name them A, B, C and D. So here AB will be parallel to CD. How we will write it? A, B, and in between we will put the symbol of parallel, two vertical lines. AB will be parallel to CD and AC will also be parallel to BD. So let's write AC will be parallel to BD. Okay. So if you will extend these edges to any length, these edges will never meet with each other. Okay, will never intersect. Similarly, the opposite edges of your book, okay, a ruler, you can take a ruler and you can see that these are also an example of parallel lines. Okay, and if you will measure the distance between two parallel lines, means this distance, and from here the distance, from here the distance will always be equal. Okay, and here the fourth example is railway tracks. So the two lines of the track never meet each other. So these are also an example of parallel lines. Okay, so we can say that the tracks run parallel to each other. Now we will learn more about parallel lines. So which symbol we use to denote parallel lines? We use this symbol. Two straight vertical lines. Okay? And parallel lines may be vertical. It can be vertical. It can be horizontal or it can be slanting also. Okay? In this way or in this way also. So always remember that the distance between two parallel lines at every point will always be equal. Okay? And these lines will never intersect with each other. So now let's move on to the next type of line, that is perpendicular lines. So as it is clear by its name, perpendicular means 90 degree, means the lines which intersect each other at right angle or at 90 degree are known as perpendicular lines. Okay, perpendicular lines will always be intersecting lines. So two lines are said to be perpendicular if they meet or intersect at right angles. That is, right angle means the angle formed by two lines will be 90 degree. So that is known as right angle. The symbol for perpendicular lines is this. Okay, this somewhat look like reverse T. So a vertical line and here a horizontal line. So this is a symbol that we use to denote perpendicular lines. Here are few examples. Here the line AB and XY are intersecting each other at this point. Okay, so let it name it O. And you can see that here the angle of 90 degrees getting formed. This is also 90. This one is also 90 and this one is also 90. Hence we can say that AB and XY are perpendicular lines. Similarly, the another example is, so in first example, AB and XY are intersecting each other at 90 degree. Hence, these two lines are perpendicular to each other, while in the second example, wall and the floor of the room. So, you can see the walls, these are walls and this is floor. So, from here to the floor. So, these angles are also of 90 degree. Okay, always look at the corner. This is an angle of 90 degree. Here at the top, this means the walls and the angle between the roof of the room is also of 90 degree. Okay, so these are also an example of perpendicular lines. You can find so many examples at your homes. Okay, if you will look at your rooms, then you can see that there are so many perpendicular lines in your room itself. Okay. So friends, I hope that now the concept of line segment and ray and then various types of lines that we discussed today were intersecting line, parallel lines and perpendicular lines will also be clear to you. So if you like this video, then please share it as much as possible among your friends and family, and also subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. See you in the next video with a new concept. Till then, goodbye. Take care. Thanks for watching.